Hello and welcome back to part 2 of this e-bike build, where we are going to be converting this rockrider mountain bike into an e-bike for Kerry. In part 1 we basically installed the battery, the rear wheel hub motor, and we also got the LCD screen, and we temporarily wired it up to see if we've got power. And we also started to spray a front wheel, a 26 incher, which is going to match the rear wheel hub motor. And what I've done here is I've basically tidied up all the cables, zip tied them to the tabs, made it all a bit neater. When you get to the bottom here, you're going to notice you've got a lot of excess cable. We're going to have to try and hide that the best we can around here. If we can't hide it, we'll have to cut it back and make it shorter. We're going to forget about them cables for now because I want to have a look at this pedal assist, get that installed on the bike. Some pedal assist sensors come in 2 parts. This is a 1-part pedal assist sensor, which makes things easier, and it actually comes with the kit. It's all plug and play, so you can't get things wrong, and it's simple. First things first, let's remove this crank arm. Hey up, Charlie's here to check our progress, make sure we're sticking to a schedule. Now, cranks can be difficult to get off. This is a crank puller. They cost a few quid. You can get them on eBay or in places like that. They're not expensive, and they basically screw into the thread of the crank arm, and then the second section screws inside of that, and you keep screwing it. It presses against the back, and then it forces the crank arm off. Now, if you are going to be doing a lot of tinkering with the bike, I suggest getting one. For what price they are, they're very cheap. Now, the pedal assist sensor has spines in the centre, so as you push that onto the bottom bracket, it'll bind, and the centre of it spins and the outer stays stationary. So when you pedal, that's going to sense movement with the centre spinning, and that's what gives its cadence and senses that it's actually moving. As I said earlier, they're all plug and play, but look at the length of this excess cable. We're going to have to do something with that. Now, I did mention earlier, by putting smaller wheels on a bike, it will send your pedal closer to the floor. So here's a quick look at the shorter crank arms I got for Kerry's bike, which, while we're at this point now, we might as well get them installed. A bit of Loctite on the threads ensures the crank arm's not going to fall off when she's on a ride, and it keeps me out of the doghouse. We also need to pinch this pedal off our old crank arm. Now these cables carry power from the battery to the controller. As you can see, we've got a lot of excess. So what I've done is I've snipped that off. We don't need that. And I'm going to measure this red and black cables. We'll cut them down and we'll get bullet connectors on them and get it wired up. Now that's got the bullet connectors on. Just leaves me to connect them together, and that's done. If they ever need to dismantle this, they can just be pulled apart and pulled back together when needed. That's the cables for the rear wheel hub motor done. I'll just put a bit of tape round them so they never come loose, and it protects them from water if we're driving through any puddles or anything like that. What we need to do now is hide all these cables, make sure they're all secure and they can't catch on anything. What I've done here, chaps, is I've put some protective foam around all them cables so they can't be seen at all now. It looks a lot neater and nothing can damage them. What we're going to go and do now is we're going to go and check on our wheel, which has been drying. We're going to get that installed onto the bike as well. Okay, the wheel's back, it looks brilliant, all sprayed black now. I've installed the tyre, pumped it up to pressure, and it's ready to be installed. But before we do that, what I want to do is just whip this crank off and install my new one, which has got a shorter crank arm.
See what's on there.
That just leaves the pedal, and then the crank will be complete. Right, that just leaves us to swap out old wheel for our newly painted 26-inch wheel. Some of you may be wondering what this cable's for, and basically it's for this. It's a headlight what come with the kit, the rear wheel hub motor kit. I may install it, I may not, I may upgrade it for something better, I don't know, but for now I'm just going to tie that up there, out the way in case I ever need it. And this is the bike all finished up with custom decals, Rockrider 520. I think it's turned out amazing, chaps. Let us know in the comments what you think. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And same as always, I'll catch you in the next one.